Have you ever wanted to have push button activated doors? Have you ever wanted to build a basic elevator? How about some bay doors, docking doors, anything cargo hatch for your ship? If you ever wanted to learn how rails worked in the very basics of ways, stay tuned, because we're about to find out. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another StarMade tutorial. We are actually in our StarMade server, in our Let's Play world, because we're going to be building something today that's going to work in our Let's Play world. But first, before we build our new elevator, we have to figure out how rails work. Because I had a request by MG, Mystical Goddess, one of the server members, to do a tutorial on basic rail usage. So here we go. Alright, I hope this helps. This is going to be basic of basic. I'm going to go through a couple different things, and then we're going to do somewhat of a let's build and build an elevator. Alright, so first off, we need basic rails. We need a rail docker. We need ship cores, some kind of activation, and that's about it for a very, very basic elevator, door, like I did those and everything like that. So basically what you want to do is you want to have some rails set up. And let's make these go up. The direction of them is the direction the ship will face, or will travel. Or your platform or whatever will travel. So basically, we'll just stack these up 10 high. Bunk, 10 high. Done. I got those going. Now the cool thing about these can be controlled by buttons. So let's get out two buttons. Button 1, button 2. And then to make these buttons control these things, you have to pair them. So if you hit Shift V, C to select these guys, Shift V to select every single one of those in the row. You can just hit V for individuals, but why do that when you can just hit Shift V and get all of them? But if I hit these, you'll notice nothing happens. They stay facing up. Let's unselect that guy. If I hit this guy, nothing. I hit this guy, nothing. What you have to do is you have to take a basic rail, put this one as up, and then this one, not bad for the phone, this one facing down. And just put them next to it, and that's it. Nothing special. And then if I push this one, boink, you notice they all switch down. If I push this one, they all switched up. Now, the facing of these blocks matter. So if I was to take this one and say face this way, and spinny, 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 I put this to going upwards, so it's still going up, but it's facing this way. But I need the elevator to go up and down right here. Watch what happens. They all went up, but they all switched as well. So this position matters. So whichever way you want your these things to face and go up and down, you have to mark it like so. So that allows for some cool rotatey things too, for different platforms, like depending on which, like if you have 4 different little platforms, say there's one here, one here, one here, and one here, and depending on which one you want to go up, I'm probably lying because there's going to be a rail dock to it. Yeah, I'm lying. So yeah, so basically you can switch these around. It can create some pretty cool effects, but that's not what we're going to do. I just need to make sure you know that those matter. So how do you make something go up and down on them? Let's go ahead and search them up. Is you actually make a ship. So let's get out of our build block. We can't do that while we're in our build block. And let's hit X to spawn a new ship. Doesn't matter the name. There's our ship core. We're in build mode. Perfect. Where is the ship core? Alright, it's facing that way. And now let's get a rail docker on this thing. Let's make sure the rail docker is facing something like that, outwards. Let's get in our ship. Hit T to activate our hotbar menu. Put the rail docker on there. Spin around. And shoot this with our rail docker. And you'll see it's going up. It automatically travels to the end of the rails. So if I hit down, it's going to switch all the rails down. If I can hit the button. And then, boo, it goes down. And vice versa, if I hit up again, it goes back up. So there's your basic door, your basic elevator. If you put them side to side, you can get some sliding doors, your basic hatch, your everything. That's very, very basic on how to do things. Now, we do have different types of rails. We have the clockwise and the counterclockwise rails. Now, these are really cool. So let's go ahead, get back in our build block wherever I put it. There she be. Now, let's get this bad boy. We're going to face this one facing up like this. Let's just have that. Boink. We have that one like that. And that's all I want. Now, say we want something to rotate constantly. Let's get back into this. Let's put a ship on it. That's what I want to do. So this is a rotator one. These ones go in a direction. These ones go spinny, spinny, spinny. So horizontal or vertical, spinny, spinny, spinny. Sorry for the abrupt cut there. Had some things go down. So like I said, these are spinny, spinny. So what we are going to do is we are going to get another ship and attach it to that guy. So we hit our X button to make our ship. Get in our ship. Get out our rail docker. Attach it to him. Oops, I got out of the ship. Here we go. Spin the ship around, go up, and fire. And there, you saw we spun. We spun a little bit. Now there's several things you can do, but the one thing I do, that you can make things spin, is an infinite loop. And a good way to do that is to get this set up, and then grab a button. You can do this part prior. Let's get back in the build block for a second. Just grab a button and put it right here. Slave it to this guy, and then slave this guy back to the button. And then get out of the build block. If you dock this guy to it, or if you just get back in the ship, there we go. It starts to spin and spinning. And now this should happen the moment it docks as well, because when this docks, it will activate this button, and then the button will activate this, and then this will activate the button, and then the button will activate this. So it's a very compact, infinite loop to give you a constant spinning block, which is cool. So that'll allow you to, if I de-dock this thing real quick, and let's go into build mode. Whoa. Alright. So we don't have much room, so let's just go ahead and do this block, this block, this block. Him. Him. And oh, come on. There we go. Him. Go back into here. We shot back onto that guy. And see, it's active, but for some reason it's stuck. Ah, it was getting stuck. There we go. So now you can create spinny things. Woo, spinny things. If we had gravity up here, we could spin around. But that's how you make a basic spinner. And a basic elevator of some sort. You just attach blocks to it. So let's get back into this block and get it out of the way. Oh, I attached myself to the gravity of the ship. Or to the rotation of the ship. Anyway. we go in here and we just delete blocks. Ooh, there we go. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Boop, there we go. Reposition, align myself with the ship. Or with the station. And there we are. Okay. So, if we just come in here and we fix this. Punk. And we gotta make sure that both of these buttons are linked to that new guy. And then if we come up here, hop in this ship, get into build mode, and you will notice that if I try to build over here, I can't. But if I build here, I can. It has to be attached to the ship. So what this allows you to do, per se, is to build a platform like so. And that will go up and down. So you can ride on it. Excuse me. Like I said, that will go up and down. Wee. And then if you don't, like say you don't want to see all this stuff, I don't mind seeing these things. But if you don't want to see them, you just build like a little air bridge or a block bridge over. Build your platform. Then deconnect the platform from the ship core. So I can get rid of all these blocks. So if I hit this button to go down, oh, dang it, I keep forgetting I'm in the ship, to go down, you will notice that it goes down without the ship. Just bloop. It gets stuck on those. Oh no, that's actually perfectly lined up. See? It's one above this thing, perfectly lined up. If I hit the up button, if I can get in there and hit it, bloop, 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 bonk, it goes up. So you can make floating platforms that don't have anything connected to them. Perfect, huh? So let's take these ideas, these fancy mamma jamma ideas, and make something cool. Now, all this can be affected by logic blocks as well. These things. We didn't use any in this tutorial, at least in these basic showings, and that's for purpose. That's for you to play with and everything like that. But we will be using some in our Let's Build here. So let's hurry up and get that going. Come on, come on, come on. Get in the build block. Boop, there we go. So this is my very basic elevator. It's not complete yet, and it's just a very basic looking, like, central pillar elevator that only has one exit out here, but has as many exits as you want out there. And this is our logic trip. So basically what I want this thing to do, it's only going to have two buttons to activate it. A button up there to make it come down, and a button down here to make it come down. Excuse me, Jesus, I just woke up if you can't tell. So since I only have buttons to make it come down, it's going to have to automatically go back up. And if we look, that's what this does. This is an up button. This rail is facing just like this, going up. So when this button gets this activation thing gets activated, it deactivates this T flip-flop, which activates this NOT, which goes through all of this timer, which then activates this up button, so it automatically makes it go back up. And then this button connects into this delay. This delay activates this button, which reactivates this guy, but also this button activates this guy. So this guy gets double activated, which will reset the system. So if we watch, did that, went through all the timer, boom, 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 activated him, double activated really quickly, and reset. Boom. Simple as that. It will go automatically back up once it comes down. Now, how are we going to determine once it's down? That's where this guy, this is an area trigger controller, comes in effect. And I'll show you how that works here in a second. So let's just get the basic of basic elevator built. So let's go ahead and make this 10. I don't know exactly how high I need it. not that high, so we'll just delete these. That's as high as I want it to go. Because I want the core to stop here, and I want the platform to be right here. So let's go ahead and build our core, just to get that out of the way. So, X, build our ship, get in it, 3 to get to our rail docker, rail docker attached, T, boom. Go back into build mode. We are now officially attached to our rail. So I'm going to build our platform. You know, I want this to be out of, that's Plex door. That's Black Hole. There's Dark Gray Hole. I want it to be out of Dark Gray. So 9. So boom, boom. Just a little bit of a change in there, but not too dramatic like black would be. So that's the basic platform, but I'm also going to make it too thick, so that way you don't necessarily see this guy as much. Just so he doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. And you just see we have this block right here is where the elevator, the platform's going to be at. And we have a layer below it, so this is where the rail is going to stop, and it'll be flush. Perfectly flush. Perfect. So we got that, so let's get out of the ship and get back into a build block. Whoa, okay. Up, up, up we go. There we go. So let's build a down button, shall we? Up here, we need a down button. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it yet, so I'm just going to build a temporary down button up here, and then in between my Let's Play episodes, I will build an actual down button. This is just to get the elevator up and working for us. Alright, so we need a down button, boink, and then we need a button. Need to take this button, Shift V to that, and if you notice, it's facing this basic rail is oriented to the same face that these are. So when I push this, it will go down. Perfect. Now we just need to build a temporary up button so that we can do testing. So let's just grab our button. Let's unslave it because that was dumb. Grab this guy. And up. Don't even need to slave it, but there we go. Slave this guy to all of those and get that out of the way. It's slotted perfectly. It looks a little thick, but I'm fine with that. It's a big industrial elevator. And shunk. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. So let's start. That's our elevator technically. We have an up and we have a down, but I want to make it fancy with some logic. So let's go ahead and do that. The first thing we want to do is we're going to build the actual up button sequence. Or no, let's build this contraption here. This is, if you watched Alad's tutorial on how to do this factory setup, or if you got my brief description, you know exactly how to already do this. It's just a tad different. So we have an activation module going into a T flip-flop. The T flip-flop has been activated to blue. We got an unactivated knot going into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 second timer. So I'm going to put all this stuff down here. So let's go ahead and go 5. We got an activation module. And we're going to have that going into a T flip-flop, or just a flip-flop block, this would call it. And then I'm gonna have that flip-flop block going into a knot. But before I do that, let's go ahead and hit V. And let's get under this, and let's get a button. This button is more for resetting if anything goes wrong. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to link that button to here. And we're just going to set that guy to blue. And then we'll trigger the knot to be connected to the flip-flop. And we'll take the knot, and we will get some timers. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you notice, I linked all the timers in it. So this block activates this block activates this one, that one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. So they chain into each other. So this guy goes to the actual up button. So that's an up button right there, and then it goes into the timer and everything. So let's go ahead and get that. So this guy will go into a button that I'm going to place right here. Just a button. And then we need to get our up rail. See, we have an up rail. Place it right there. That does not need to be triggered. This guy needs to go into the activation module. And since this thing to be reset needs to be pulsed a couple times, we're also going to take this guy and we're going to put him into a delay. Oops, passed my delay. Passed it again. There we go. Boom. Then we'll take this delay and we'll put it into another button. And then we'll take this button and we'll put it into that guy. So if we look, we have the same setup minus this activation trigger. We have the exact same setup down here. So if I activate this, should go through, activate all the times, come through and reset itself. Boom, done. So if I hit down, or never mind, yeah, if I hit down, let it come down. There we go. And then this gets triggered somehow. After about 9 to 10 seconds, this thing will go back up, giving everyone plenty of time to get on and get off. Oh, wait. That was my bad. I forgot to link this guy to all the rails. That was my bad. So now if we time that guy, see, that goes off, everything goes back up. Beautiful. And then this reset so that I can do it again if I wanted. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But now we want that to do that automatically when we are on the elevator. And now how is that possible? We're going to use area triggers. If we hit 5 here, you can see we have an area trigger controller. An area trigger controller, this is a cool block. See this setup right here? This is an activation module that is currently activated. This is a button. This is a trigger. And this is a trigger area. The trigger areas are completely 100% tangible and invisible when you're not in a build block or anything like that. So if I step right here where it is, you'll notice that that block went off. Buttons don't do anything. So it only activates activation modules. They don't have to be, they can't be linked or anything like that. They have to be right next to them. So if I walk into it again, bing, goes back off. Now, these will also detect ships that you were in. So basically just a player detector. It does not detect this thing going into it, unfortunately, because I tried to make it to where the elevator got down there and then ran into this area block. I wanted it to automatically start the timer, but that doesn't work. It had to be detected by me. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go into here, zoom here, and if you notice, we used an that's why we're using an activation here, trigger instead of a normal button. So we're going to place this area trigger, bam, right there. Select our area trigger, hit 5, and you'll see I have 44 invisible blocks. Well, we want to put these blocks right here. Like so. Boom. Now, let's go ahead and for one, let's get a down button down here, because now we don't have any way of bringing it down. We have a way of bringing it up, but we don't have a way of bringing it down. So we don't need this guy anymore. Now we need a down button. Now, once again, I'm just going to put it temporary because I haven't really designed how this really is going to look completely. So I'm just going to put a... Oop, I don't want this to be triggered to you. Book. There we go. Deselect that guy. So we need a down. Book. And we need a button. Shift V. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's get some gravity going. So say I want to go up. Back up. I'm going to hit this. It's going to bring down our elevator. And I'm going to jump into our activation area. We wait our few seconds. And we go up. So there'll be a walkway up into that. So you'll just walk up into it. You'll wait 9 seconds or so, and you'll come up. And then when you're up here, you're like, I need to go down to the one area. This button will be easier to access, but you'll hit the button. Your elevator will go down. Boom. And you'll walk off your elevator like normal. And then after the couple seconds, it will leave you. Because it doesn't need to be down here, but it does need to be up there so people don't fall. So after a few seconds, it will go back up, and it's fulfilled its destination. So we can actually fill in these blocks right here. And none the wiser. Put a block back there. Let's get in our build block real quick. And we'll just do some fancy and fill in that's not what I want. This is what I want. And then I want to go like this. I want somewhat of a two-step program. And it doesn't look, it just looks like there's an empty space for an elevator. You don't see any of the logic. Huzzah! So this button will obviously be something like this. Just hang it chilling out right there. Come up and you'll leave. Ding! Awesome. Alright, sorry once again for the odd cut. I'm recording during the day when I normally don't, so there was interruptions. So, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, that's awesome. We got this cool little elevator going. We can now go down, and we arrive. We just walk off, and we're down here in the low end, the receiving area for like ships that are down there maybe, and the slums and whatnot. And that we don't want people to fall down, so we have that go back up. But now, if I want to go back up, I hit the button. I gotta wait for the elevator to come down. And we'll put, like, in our Let's Play world, we'll put, like, warning lights and whatnot. But this is just a basic rail tutorial. So we come up, and then we wait a few seconds, and this will switch. Bing, and we're gone. Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to click that like button. If you have any more suggestions for tutorials, like I said at the beginning of the episode, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to make sure to see them and catch all my StarMade shenanigans on the StarMade server, then make sure to subscribe. Alright, see you guys around. Digimazter saying goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.